I'm going to start off by saying something a little bit controversial. I kinda like Pokemon. My journey started off as a wee lad sometime in the mid-2000s where I had received a copy of Pokemon Emerald for Christmas. I don't remember a ton from my first playthrough, it being so long ago and all, and me also having generally bad memory. But I do remember picking Torchic as my starter. I also remember being kinda stupid and not knowing that you can catch other Pokemon, and on the way home from school, the kid sitting beside me on the bus asked why I only had one Pokemon in my party. He then taught me how to catch Pokemon. I don't really know how I got that far with only one Pokemon. It was a Blaziken at that point, and the fact that you're shown explicitly how to catch a Pokemon at the start of the game, but I still didn't get it, is pretty funny. Anyways, I was hooked since then. After that came Diamond and Pearl. I was on the internet by that point already at age 9, but I didn't know that there were these things called forums where people could talk about their special interests, so I never knew that they were coming out. I was busy doing more important things anyway.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
So my birthday rolls around and I remember going shopping with my mom at Walmart. I loved the game section at Walmart, and sometimes my mom would drop me off there to browse while she shops around for stuff like toilet paper or whatever. At this point there was DS and GBA stuff as well as GameCube stuff. It probably looks something like this. And if you grew up in North America, I bet this is super nostalgic for you like it is for me. I remember my mom rolling me up to the game section, I was in the shopping cart obviously, and being so shocked that there was a new Pokemon game out, and on top of that it came out on my birthday too. My poor mom really had no choice but to get it for me, really. I would play pretty much all the mainline Pokemon games going forward. The only one I skipped over was Gen 5 unfortunately, because it came out at a weird time where I probably thought I was too cool for Pokemon. The Gen 7 games are the only ones in the series that I still haven't completed. Not sure why really, they just kind of felt a little off for me. Gen 7 also came out at a weird time where none of my friends were really playing Pokemon anymore, so I had no one to talk about it with. But I do remember going to the midnight release together for Sun and Moon. I just don't think many of us ended up actually finishing those games. The one I started shiny hunting in was X and Y. This one came out at a really great time. In 2013, I was in grade 10 and Pokemon was pretty poppin' at my school. It really brought people together. We had a little nerd nook on the second floor where we always hung out in, and when X and Y came out, we had some fellow Pokemon enjoyers from other cliques come join us to trade, battle, and shiny hunt together. It was honestly super awesome. Anyway, I had started hunting by doing chain fishing. My friend lived a few minutes up the street from me and we would get together quite often to chain fish and hatch eggs. I ended up doing a lot of hunting in the Gen 6 games, but all those alternate colored Pokemon now lost to time because of deleted save file or traded in game. In the years between Generation 6 and 8, I still had a love for Pokemon. It was just put on the back burner for a bit. This was honestly welcome though, because I really had found out a little bit more about myself and what I liked during this time. I would still do my annual playthrough of a Generation 3 game though, as per tradition. And obviously Hoenn is my favorite region, but maybe I'll get into that in another video. I was really into retro stuff these years, especially handhelds, so I spent a good bit of time modding and selling old Game Boys for fun, and even ran a small eBay business for a while, which was pretty cool. I had also been buying a bunch of old Pokemon games as I wanted to have a copy of one of each mainline Pokemon game, so I amassed quite a collection of games. It was the combination of my hobbies, nostalgia, and stumbling upon some very homey YouTube videos from Absolblog's Pokemon that brought me here, as a shiny hunter. I've been hunting on and off for quite a few years now, having a brief stint where I uploaded some hunts on another channel. Now I'm going to try again with this channel, with the hopes of not just showing shinies, but showing my journey, like a little time capsule or journal entry of my life. I hope you enjoy! Now you may or may not be wondering, why Gligar? Especially with the Sprite and Platinum looking almost identical, I could see your point. But to that I say, have you seen shiny Gliscor? I mean, I didn't know it was possible for a Pokemon like Gliscor to become even cooler. Plus, blue and yellow shinies just hit different. I had also decided I was finally gonna do it. Finally, after all these years, it was finished. Done. I I didn't have an excuse anymore. I had to. I had to watch Attack on Titan. So I obviously needed something to do while watching it. And my game plan was actually not Gligar at all, but Rotom. So here's a picture of the shiny Rotom I caught on April 25th, 2024. Then I actually started hunting for Gligar almost immediately. I was kind of speedrunning through Attack on Titan at this time, not to check it off my list or anything, just because it was so freaking good that I wanted to see what happened next. So getting extremely lucky again, 3 days later on April 28th, 2024, I found this. Getting a shiny always feels good, but getting two this quickly after each other feels really, really nice. I finished Attack on Titan not long after this with no more shinies to show for it, but I wasn't really complaining as I'd been super lucky to be honest. But then I'd stop hunting for a while, not knowing when I would come back to claim this cute little, slightly differently colored bat. Maybe I would never come back. Oh yeah, never mind. I pretty much forgot about this guy. I don't think I ever even took him out of the box, but apparently I caught him on June 6th, 2024. I vaguely remember picking this hunt back up randomly and finding this dude really quick, like a couple of encounters or a couple dozen encounters max. Then after this I stopped hunting Gligar consistently again. I do have some random pictures I took of myself hunting, some on my balcony, some at work or on the way to work, but nothing consistent up until January of this year. In between the Geodude and January, I had other hunts going on. I tried starting a Crystal Professor Oak challenge that I got like 20 hours into and gave up on. I played a good bit of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate in preparation for Monster Hunter Wilds in a couple weeks. So basically hunting this just wasn't really my priority. But something in January made me want to pick it up again, so I did. With hunts like this on a single console, I really like not bothering with counting encounters. I kinda like going with the flow with hunts like these, taking the console with me wherever I go and when hunting whenever I feel like it, just based off vibes and without the stress of trying to keep a counter up on my phone all the time, which gets annoying for me if I'm not at my desk. And if the hunt is random encounters, I can get a rough estimate of encounters just based off in-game time and average encounters per hour. And honestly, I love it this way. If I didn't do that, I never would have found this piece of bread or this basement, both found in my friend's basement, just casually doing encounters while talking. Normal Duskull? I think it has a shiny dex, does it? Shiny Duskull! And I also never would have found this beautiful, slightly differently colored bat either. Please take a look.
Okay, I don't know if my brain's playing tricks on me. I literally just got into the office. It's like 6:26. I was doing some encounters just like after I got my coffee, walking to my desk. It looks like a regular Gligar, but I swear to God I saw sparkles and I heard the sound. So now I'm wondering, have I missed some Gligars before? Like, I don't know. Also, I don't know why this exposure keeps. Let me just turn it down. Maybe it's easier. I'm gonna throw some quick balls, obviously. I do not have a name for this. Oh, that's definitely fucking shiny. Oh my god. Shiny Gligar. How is that possible? The one day I decided, hey, I'll just bring my DS to work. That's unfortunate though, because I really do want it in a quick ball. Do I have any like... I have hypnosis. So I'm gonna shift. Sorry. Man, this phone camera's so bad, so I'm very sorry. I'm gonna try a hypnosis. Nice. And I really want the quick ball capture because it looks so good with Gliscor. But that sparkle though. There's only 4 left. I guess they're not going to capture by now because it's not so quick anymore. It's unfortunate. I might as well use the rest of them though, just in case I get lucky. Oh, damn it. I did some test caps with quick balls as well, and they worked fine. No, it doesn't feel like it. That's okay. Oh, no, the 3 shaker. Are you serious? Oh, man. This is my last quick ball. That's unfortunate. I mean, quick ball Gliscor is just made for each other. Man, this is like hard to tell though. Like I actually can't tell that it's showing. What do I have? Heal balls, nest balls, dusk balls. What if I do a luxury ball? Just for fun. There you go, a luxury ball Gligar. That is so awesome. Fly Scorpion. Obviously. I don't know a name though.
So, based off what I said earlier, I was a little bit curious on the numbers. Here are some important calculations if you're interested. Attack on Titan has 87 regular episodes at about 22 minutes each and 2 specials at roughly 90 minutes each for a total runtime of 2,094 minutes. If we divide that by 60, we get about 35 hours. I can get about 180 random encounters an hour on Route 206 in Platinum on one console. If we assume I did random encounters for all of Attack on Titan, I would have done about 6,300 random encounters over the course of watching all of Attack on Titan on one console. But some of this time, like I would estimate about a third of the time, was spent soft resetting for Rotom, which takes longer than the 18-second random encounters on Route 206, and they take about 30 seconds if we round up to pad for loss of focus and stuff. So a third of 6,300 is 2,079 encounters. If we multiply this number by 0.6 to account for how much longer the Rotom encounters are, then we get 1,247 encounters. So, a closer estimate of the number of Pokemon I saw during Attack on Titan is 4,737 plus 1,247, which is 5,983 Pokemon seen in 35 hours. If we add on the number of hours since I started looking for Gligar again after Geodude, which is about 15, I would guess, we get 15 times 180 is 2,700 random encounters. So, as a grand total, just for the phases going for Gligar specifically, it was roughly 4,737 plus 2,700, which is 7,437 random encounters. And for everything since starting Attack on Titan, we get the previous numbers, 7,437 plus 1,247, which is 8,684 Pokemon seen. So, as you can see, this is a very slightly over odds, and I managed to get 4 shinies somehow. I managed to get shiny Rotom, shiny Ponyta, shiny Geodude, and my target shiny Gligar in probably 8,684 encounters, or maybe give or take like 1,000 encounters, maybe. I don't know. This is probably the second luckiest I've ever been in a hunt, or in a series of hunts rather. So it was very nice. I really doubt I'm ever gonna be this lucky again. This averages out to what, like a little over 2,000 encounters per shiny, like average, which is just insane. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little ramble with many minutes of me talking about my life in Pokemon and very few minutes of actual shinies. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed and see you in the next one. Oh, that looks so sick. I gotta see him now. He's so sick.